What exactly is going on here, George? I think we heard a couple of weeks ago from another airline. They also talked about heavy discounting. Is this thing also ailing United?
Yeah, so as we look at United's earnings, I think, expenses came in largely where we would have expected, but revenue it's in line, but revenue's falling, right? It's falling in their most important markets, the domestic market. I would say they're doing a bit better than Delta. Yields, which is the price paid per mile flown, down 1%. Domestic market, Delta was down 2%. Yields going to Europe, which, we kind of were watching that summer vacation season that goes across the Europe, very profitable, usually for the airlines, up 5.4% into Europe. That's better than what Delta reported. And I'd say, the Latin America market, which is another very important market, yields are down 7% going to that market. Delta saw something like 14%. So we're continuing to see yields fall. It's not as bad at United as it was at Delta, but the trend continues into 3Q, and that'll be the challenge is as revenue comes down here, expenses are harder to shed. It'll be hard to keep profitability up.
Does reducing capacity, as they state in this press release, is that going to help?
Yeah, all capacity reductions help. Summer is super important for profitability, so they have to get it done, I think, here in summer season to keep profits up. It's hard usually because you have a lot of schedule out there already, but that's the way forward for the airline industry right now is cutting capacity so they can shore up fares.
George, I find it really interesting that United identified mid-August as this inflection point when industry-wide oversupply eases and it's best positioned to benefit. This sounds like a capacity problem that's been resolved or addressed. But what about the demand side? What puts United in a perhaps better position than some of its peers when it comes to demand?
Yeah, so I think United's international exposure, it's by far the biggest international of the U.S. airlines. I think a lot of that vacation demand is insensitive or less, nothing's insensitive, but less sensitive to price. Families usually have those bookings put in place even at the beginning of the summer, so it's longer term. They've got longer term visibility on it, it's longer term bookings. But, I'd say we heard similar things about Delta. Delta said that they thought capacity was going to come down strongly in the third quarter and things ought to be much better. At Bloomberg Intelligence, we have a report out on our airlines dashboard.
Yeah.
When we looked at it, the last we looked, we still saw capacity growth well above GDP growth. Mm-hmm. And we think that means softness. So we'll go back and take a look at those schedules again and see how it's developing. But I don't know that they have that much visibility. So, remains to be seen, I think.